What's going on, everybody? Welcome back. FantasyTeamAdvisors.com, bringing home the bacon NFL DFS video where you're breaking down the Monday Night Football showdown between Jacoby Brissett and the Arizona Cardinals and Dak Prescott and the Dallas Cowboys. So, if you've never been to one of these videos before, we're going to break it down. We're going to look at Vegas odds. We're going to look at historical stats for building DraftKings lineups. We're going to look at our matchup tool, which you can find at FantasyTeamAdvisors.com. We're going to build a few tournament lineups, and at the very end, we're going to give you one of our favorite same game parlays for Monday Night Football. So stick around. Let's have some fun with it. So looking into the stats right now, we've got an over-under 53.5. We absolutely love when you have a showdown or a primetime game of 50 plus. Now, we saw it Thursday night where it did not work out. Hopefully this one works out because the Dallas Cowboys defense, they are very bad. It is Jacoby Brissett. It is not Kyler Murray here. So we're going to find some value here, but I want to take advantage of it. As of right now, the Cowboys team total is 28.25. The Arizona Cardinals total is 25.25. So a 3-point spread should stay pretty close. Very excited about it. Hopefully the game stays somewhat close enough where we can take advantage on both sides. So we're going to look at the historical matchups. If you want to see this article, it is down below. But since the start of 2023 season, this is on DraftKings, but FanDuel, the way they constructed their lineups now, it's pretty similar. The FanDuel is just not PPR, so you don't get as many points for wide receivers, and the pricing's $10,000 more for salary. Same amount of players, though. It used to be 6 on DraftKings and 5 on FanDuel, but they kind of tried to make it similar, which is awesome. We love to see that. So 82% of the winning lineups since 2023 have contained at least one quarterback. I think both quarterbacks are in play for this game 100%. Only 5% of the winning lineups used all $50,000 salary. Only 15% of the winning lineups use a $200 player or less. I don't see a $200 player or less being in this game at all. That makes it useful. But 80% of the winning lineups have used a $4,000 player or less. So we will go look at that when we build lineups. And then the average winning lineup salary used has been $47,500. So do not fret. Do not feel that you left $2,500 on the table for your salary. It is completely fine, average-wise. So stack percentages. A 4-2 stack is taking it down 47% of the time. So almost 50% of the time, a 4-2 stack is taking it down. With the game being close, I like 4-2 on both sides. 3-3 stack is taking it down 33% of the time, and a 5-1 stack is only taking it down 20% of the time. But then we look into the captain percentages. The running backs are making a push this year, but 35% of the time it's been a wide receiver. Absolutely love CeeDee Lamb, George Pickens, Marvin Harrison Jr. in this game. Running backs 30% of the time. Absolutely love Javonte Williams tonight. 20% of the time it's been a quarterback. Dak has been throwing the ball up a ton. In a good spot. Jacoby Brissett is a cheaper option. It allows you to go different directions because he wasn't the starter. Kyler is questionable. It looks like Kyler will be a backup in this game. So that's the news and reports out. So obviously Brissett could start technically, and then Kyler Murray could come in second quarter and just play the whole game. I don't think that's going to happen. It is a possibility for this game. 8% of the time it's been a tight end. Love Trey McBride, love Jake Ferguson, love both of the tight ends here. 4% of the time it's been a defense. It's not going to be the Cowboys defense, I'll tell you that. I don't think it's going to be the Cardinals. And then only 3% of the time has it been a kicker in the captain spot. So now let's look at the matchup tool. So I filtered it for this game, but here's how you read it. So these are the defenses, the stats given up to quarterbacks, running backs, wide receivers, and tight ends. You can see overall Dallas Cowboys ranked dead last against the opposing quarterbacks, giving up an average of 26.4, where the Arizona Cardinals ranked 9th, so they're pretty good, giving up an average of 16.3. Then you can see Dallas Cowboys have given up 20 touchdowns to quarterbacks. 20 passing, 4 interceptions, 2 300-yard passing games, 220 yards, and 3 tutties on the ground for running quarterback. Against the running back, Dallas Cowboys, 31 out of 32, giving up an average of 29.6, and then Cardinals, 20th out of 32, giving up an average of 23.7. You've got against the wide receivers, Cowboys are dead last against the wide receiver, giving up an average of 42.6, where the Cardinals are kind of in the middle. They rank 14th, giving up an average of 31.3. And then tight ends. Arizona Cardinals, they rank 27th against the tight end, giving up an average of 16.2. So Ferguson, let's get Fergalicious with it. And then the Cowboys, 12th out of 32, giving up an average of 12.7. So that's how you read it. Now let's build some lineups. We're going to try to build and make sense of this. We're going to build some of these, and then we'll go from there. So I want to put CD at the top. I think CD Lamb makes a ton of sense. I think Dak throwing it to him makes a ton of sense. I think Ferguson makes a ton of sense. But if it's a 4-2 stack like we think it could be, that's where we got to get interesting. So whether or not you do a kicker, probably not. Javonte Williams, that allows us 2,700. I mean, you got Turpin, really hasn't done much, hasn't been really involved overall. I mean, you're not going Flournoy here, really. So Schoonmaker would be the backup tight end. He sometimes sees some run here, but doesn't have a tutty this year. It does get a little, if you put Javonte in there, it gets a little hectic to try and build a lineup. So let's, for instance, say the 3 Dallas. I want Trey McBride because he's in a good spot. Now we're at 3,200. You got Jalen Tolbert. He's interesting. Double digit here, double digit here. I'm okay with that. 47 yards, 2 targets, 1 tutty. So we can put him there. Now we're at 2,800. So now we could look at Dortch, who would be the second wide receiver. Dallas is very bad against wide receiver. That's a 4-2 stack. Dallas, you got Prescott throwing it to Lamb, Ferguson, and Tolbert. You've got Trey McBride and Greg Dortch in there for the 2 plays for the card. It's probably going to tell me I can't do it, and then I can enter it here. It's either going to say locked or it works. Makes absolutely no sense to me. Okay, now let's see if we can get CD in there, but both of the quarterbacks. So CD, Dak, Brissett. We're at 49 the rest of the way, depending. An interesting one that we haven't really talked about is Michael Wilson. He's gotten pretty good there. I'm going to put him in there. So now we're 2-2 there. Now it just depends, where do we want to go? If we build a lineup here, do we want to go Greg Dortch again? You could go Dortch. Now we're at 9,200. We can do McBride, Pickens, Harrison Jr. You want a 4-2 stack with Arizona? I think I'm going to go with Harrison Jr. there. So that's a 4-2 stack on the flip side, but we have both of the quarterbacks in there. And we're able to do that because Brissett is 8,600 because he is not starter price for a showdown quarterback. Okay, so tight ends have a good spot. Wide receivers have a good spot. Let's check out what we can do with Marvin Harrison, Jacoby Brissett, Trey McBride. Can we get Dak in there? I don't know. We can go Dak. You have Zay Jones, but he really hasn't done a ton. But he's 4,000. He's a wide receiver. Dallas is very bad against the wide receiver. So we put Zay in there. Now we're at 5,400. We could do Aubrey for the kicker. So we got 4-2 stack. We got Dak. And then Aubrey. Obviously, a naked Dak without a wide receiver is not the best. But Arizona's secondary is pretty good. So maybe Dak, dink and dunks them. Gets in there. Gets 200, 300 yards. Maybe the wide receivers don't have the biggest day. But then Aubrey kicks. He's averaging 11 fantasy points a game. I don't mind that one whatsoever. We've done a 4-2 stack on the flip side with both teams. Now let's get interesting. Let's do Jacoby Brissett as a captain or MVP. He's a cheaper one. I get that. I think we get Dak in there. I think we get Lamb in there. Can we get in Harrison? It'd be tough with Harrison. Let's see. If we go Harrison in there, Tolbert in there, we're at 3,900. We go Cowboys now. Michael Wilson, yeah. You could do Michael Wilson. 3-3 stack, Brissett, Harrison, Wilson, Dak, CeeDee Lamb, and Tolbert. Both have good matchups there. We got both quarterbacks in there, both mobile. I'm pretty good with that one. So those are just some of the lineups. They're tournament lineups. If you want to see the rest of them under the NFL tab, you come down here. NFL tab. Come down here, look at cheat sheets. We've got simulations. We've got volume report. We got snap counts. We got red zone stats. We got cheat sheets. We've got it all for you. $10 a week, $30 a month, which I am very excited about. We have on the back end, we have gotten what looks to be a functional fantasy team advisors lineup optimizer for all the sports. I'm trying to get on the back end. The front end's good. The back end, I'm trying to get it hosted where I need to go and then input it into the website. If we can do that in the near future, I'm very excited about it. We do have a DraftKings league. every single week. So make sure the link is down below. Make sure to join that. We've got 3 ways to get some free content from FTA Plus, FanDuel, DraftKings, and Fanatics Sportsbooks. If there's 1, 2, or 3 of those links down below that you guys have never signed up for, sign up for them. You deposit $20, enter a bet, and then email us dfshelp1@gmail.com. Show us proof you signed up using our link. We're going to give you a free month of FTA Plus for every single one of those. I still have 7 spots available. A lifetime pass, $500. Get it for $150 if you email me, and we have an absolutely free Discord down below. So I'm going to pause the video. I'm going to log into the DraftKings Sportsbook. I'm going to show you my favorite same game parlay for Monday Night Football. All right, so I got it for you. It's a 6-leg parlay. Obviously, you can change it up a little bit. You can add some legs. You can take some legs away. They do have a 25% same-game parlay boost on DraftKings. I don't know what they have on Fanatics or FanDuel right now, but I've got Dak Prescott throwing for 220. I've got Jacoby Brissett throwing for 250 because of how bad the defense is for the Cowboys. Jake Ferguson, 25 receiving yards. You could push that up to maybe 40 receiving yards if you wanted. Marvin Harrison, 40-plus receiving yards. CeeDee Lamb, 6-plus receptions. And Zonovan Knight, 50-plus rushing yards. It has put it to a plus 1063 with the boost. If you wanted to look at some touchdown scores, obviously Javonte Williams would bump this up to 1,500. CeeDee Lamb would bump it to 1,400. Trey McBride at 1,600. Ferguson at 1,500. I think those are all 4 spots available. Trey McBride for a tutty. Jake Ferguson for a tutty. We throw it in there. It's 36.25. You could go CeeDee Lamb. You could go George Pickens. You could go Javonte Williams. So if you just look at like the running backs. So against the running back here, looking at this, 31st. So Arizona has a great spot there for 31st. So then if you think Zonovan Knight is going to score a touchdown, he is down. He would make it to 5,500. Or if you take these 2 out, you do Zonovan Knight, that's 1,700. You could do McBride, you could do Fergie, you could do Zonovan Knight. That turns it to 68.75. If you want to get crazy with it, like a $5 bet could turn into 348. Now, obviously everyone loves the big odds parlays here. That's if you get the scoring that we need. So I don't mind these. I think I'm going to place this $5. I'm going to put that $5 bet in there. I'm going to set it and forget it. Hopefully we have a great Monday Night Football. If you want to check out everything else on the website, go to check out FantasyTeamAdvisors.com. Hopefully we're able to help you bring home the bacon. If you want to go check out everything else, it's $10 a week. Once we do get this lineup optimizer working, it's probably going to go up from 10 because I've got to pay for the hosting fees for it. But you guys have been asking for an optimizer for so long. I want to get this right. So I've been working on it in the background for a few weeks, maybe a couple of months, and it's so close. I just have to get the last over the hump of getting it hosted and getting it inputted into the website. So it's taken some time, but hopefully it is worth it as long as everything works out. So that's what I've got for Monday Night Football. If you have any questions, get those down below. Hit us up in our Discord. Good luck. And as always, let's bring home some bacon. Peace.